If you're looking for a traditional Causebox or Alltrue unboxing, you might want to look elsewhere. And if you're looking for a glowing review of Causebox and Alltrue, you're probably not going to get that either. In this video, I'm going to talk about the Alltrue subscription box, formerly known as Causebox. I'll be talking about what Alltrue is and isn't, my experience over the last year with my annual Causebox subscription, and discuss some of the challenges, questionable choices, and frustrations myself and other Causebox subscribers have had over the last year. I wanted to make this video to give a really honest review of my experience with Alltrue because a lot of the videos and unboxings and blog posts I've seen have been either gifted or sponsored or just really positive. But when you peel back the curtain and read posts on Reddit or have a look at the reviews on the Better Business Bureau, you're gonna get an entirely different story. Causebox launched in 2014 as a quarterly subscription box featuring socially and environmentally conscious lifestyle products. Co-founder Matt Richardson was quoted as saying, "Our concept was always, if you're gonna sell a product, why wouldn't you use your business as an opportunity to influence consumers to do good?" Matt and his co-founder Brett saw an increase in popularity of quarterly subscription boxes and saw a gap in the market for a company that focused on social enterprise and offering consumers ethical and sustainable products. And so Causebox was born. I can't remember exactly how I heard about Causebox, but I remember seeing it pop up and seeing ads and being interested in some of the products that they featured. I set up an account sometime in 2018 according to my profile, but didn't make a purchase right away. In the beginning, I was really intrigued. They seemed to focus on hiring artisans, featuring really cool brands, and actually sustainable, ethical, responsible products. I've gotten other subscription boxes over the years like FabFitFun and the Jilly Box. I liked the idea of Causebox, and as I said, I was intrigued by some of the brands and products that they were featuring. After watching an unboxing in winter of 2020, I decided to take the leap and order my first box. Initially, I was just gonna get a single box with a discount code for around $50, but then I realized I couldn't customize and get the items that I actually wanted. So I decided to treat myself for Christmas and ended up upgrading to an annual subscription. I thought it would be a really lovely treat to have this box of curated products sent to me every quarter. It cost me $220 USD. That included shipping to Canada. That's around $293, which is about $73 a box. My first box was winter 2020. This was the box that lured me in. I didn't know a lot about customization windows, spoilers, and all the jargon that goes along with subscription boxes, but I placed my order, made my choices just before Christmas. My box arrived a couple weeks into January, which was great, especially because one of the items I selected was a planner for 2021. They made an error with one of my choices, and so I emailed customer support and let them know. They told me to keep the item that I was sent in error and sent a replacement item for the thing I actually chose. I used the planner for most of 2021, used the whole bottle of toner. I still have the socks in my rotation, and I'm still enjoying the silk pillowcase. One of the items I chose in the box was a really pretty tea kettle. I thought it would look nice in our kitchen and thought it would be a practical item. I didn't use my kettle right away, but then I started to see comments popping up online with folks saying that they had issues with their kettle. The kettle ended up being recalled in June because folks were having issues with steam and water coming out of the kettle. It was just bad news. Folks like me who chose the kettle were given the option to participate in the recall. You had to send your information to Causebox along with a photo letting them know that you had destroyed the kettle, and they gave you a credit. So I said farewell to the kettle. I gifted the earrings that I was sent in error, and I also got these silicone baking mats, which I really liked in the beginning, but unfortunately they didn't last very long. So that was my first box. Off to a bit of a rocky start, but onward we went. My second box should have been spring 2021. Once I saw the spoilers for this box, I decided to pause my subscription and skip it. I wasn't really excited about many of the items. I didn't feel like I needed them, and I didn't want to get stuff for the sake of getting stuff. So when you're an annual subscriber, you can pause your subscription. You just have to email ahead of their deadline and let them know. My experience with customer service wasn't the best. The deadline for pausing your account was March 1st, and I emailed them on February 27th to let them know that I would like to pause and skip this box. The person in customer support emailed me back and said they'd make an exception and kind of made a big deal about it in email, but I was like, I emailed ahead of the deadline. What happened? They realized their error and apologized and allowed me to skip my box. The next box was summer 2021. This is when Causebox made the transition to Alltrue. So this might be an unpopular opinion, but I feel like when brands undergo a rebrand, it generally tends to matter a lot more to the company than it does to existing customers. And for Causebox, the move to Alltrue seemed to signify a shift from being just a subscription box to including other parts of their business, like an essentials market and a podcast. The transition was a bit confusing from the outside, and some of the choices were kind of questionable. With the rebrand, they added a new magazine that they include with each box. I've got a couple of them here. They call it a seasonal guide for conscious living, and it has different articles and features about some of the brands. There are recipes. It's a nice magazine, but it just seemed like an odd choice to include something in paper that would need to be printed in a box that was supposed to be focused on environmentally conscious living and socially responsible things. There's also an option for subscribers to upgrade the magazine for $7.95 a quarter to get like an even bigger, fancier magazine. I don't get it. One of the big reveals for this box was the fact that they had created an Alltrue flag. Why would anyone who wasn't a staff member or a team member of Alltrue want a flag? I don't get it. Where do you put the flag? Like, what do you do? It's just, you're gonna fly your flag outside? Are you gonna put it up in your house? I'm also pretty sure it was this box where a lot of the spoiler reveals on their social media were a bit of a gong show. Once they finally started revealing the spoilers for this box, there was a lot of talk about what the items were, why they were including them, and what the hero item was. In this box, there was an item that everyone was gonna get, which was a lip balm. And initially they said the lip balm was vegan, but then it turned out to not be vegan. It also had nuts in it, so it wasn't really suitable for anyone who was vegan or had a nut allergy, which is kind of a weird choice for an item that everyone is gonna get. In this box, I got the packing cubes, which are great. I'm not really using them much these days, but I'm sure I will in the future. And the nesting bowls, and we love these. I'm definitely using them a ton in our kitchen. There were some questions about the materials of the nesting bowls, but I'm still using them. I'm also using the lip balm. It's on my desk right now. It's fine. It's a lip balm. I got a leave-in conditioner that I gifted to a friend. There was a product that was a retinol alternative. I haven't actually opened it yet because I'm waiting to go through my retinol that I currently have, but eventually I'll use that. And then there was a bracelet that wasn't really my style, so it's available for sale in my Poshmark closet. My summer box was delivered in July, which is pretty good. There was a very anticlimactic moment where there was like a sticker that said Causebox, and then you ripped it off to reveal the Alltrue logo. It didn't work as well as I think they hoped for, but that was part of the rebrand as well. My next box was fall 2021. I just got my fall box this week in January 2022. I did my customizations for this box in August. The fall box was really where things fell apart for me, and there were so many shenanigans. I've sort of alluded to this in the video, but for every box, Alltrue sets out a schedule where they'll reveal the cover art for the box and the spoilers for all the items that will be included. They usually draw these spoilers out over the course of a couple of weeks, but for whatever reason, these spoilers went up so late. And I realized that this is such a small detail, and it doesn't really matter in the scheme of things, except for when you're looking to see the spoilers to decide if it's a box that you want to purchase, especially if you're an annual subscriber. But I was generally confused as to why they set out a schedule that they couldn't adhere to. Like, you're the one making the schedule. So if you weren't going to be able to post things within that schedule, why have a schedule at all? Make it easier for everyone and don't have a schedule and just say, we're releasing the spoilers over the next 2 weeks, and just let your team do it with freedom over the next 2 weeks, and not have a set date where folks expect spoiler number 4 to be going up on Thursday and then it gets posted at like 11 p.m. Just my 2 cents. What do I know? Let's talk about hero items. In subscription boxes, the hero item is usually the star of the show. The hero item is usually what's highlighted in ads. It's the item that gets people's attention, and often it's the big ticket item that makes it worth it to purchase a box. In some subscription boxes, you're allowed to choose between different items, especially if you're an annual subscriber. For Causebox/Alltrue, it seems like they've tried this in the past, but they've been inconsistent about letting quarterly subscribers choose items in their box. But for the fall box, they said that quarterly subscribers were going to be able to choose the hero item in their boxes. And at first glance, it appeared that the hero item was going to be the category with the vegan leather tote, a portable speaker, a smart heated mug, a luxury skincare bundle, or some stackable pantry containers. But then they changed their mind. And they changed it up so the quarterly subscribers weren't able to choose the hero item, but instead got to choose a category that had like headbands in it. This was confusing and frustrating and misleading for a lot of people. While subscription boxes can be a really great value, it's not accessible or desirable for everyone to purchase an annual subscription. So some folks choose to go quarterly so they can make a decision box by box. Now it's probably a good time to talk about the shipping delays. There were a lot of them. Many of the hero items in that category that I talked about had shipping delays. And I think maybe that might be why they took away the ability for quarterly subscribers to choose from that category, but that's me speculating. For the fall box, spoilers started landing mid-August and customizations opened up at the end of August. On September 15th, there was an update on the site with some delays and said that boxes with the vegan tote who customized after September 3rd would ship no earlier than early November. A warehouse update on September 27th said that the boxes for renewing members who had purchased before September 19th would ship through the end of October. Then, on October 29th, I received an email saying that my box would ship in early to mid-December, and they gave me a $10 credit and encouraged me to check the live warehouse feed. This update cited global supply chain issues related to the pandemic. An update on December 10th referred back to that email and said that the last container vessel had docked and things should start moving again. An email on December 21st said they'd expect to ship my order before the new year and offered a discount code to use on Henny and Lev's site. Alltrue created my shipping label on December 30th, which got me excited, but it didn't actually ship until January 4th. My box arrived to me on January 9th. So I realized that these are unprecedented times, sorry to use that word, but it's true, and that shipping has been so challenging all over the world for companies of all different sizes. And I also think we live in a world where many folks expect things to be delivered instantly. It's part of the prime-centric culture that we live in. But I have questions about Alltrue's business model that seem to be exacerbating these shipping delays. Running a subscription box means thinking so far ahead, especially when it's related to partnerships with brands, and even more so if it's a co-branded or specialized item. There's so many moving parts. But I don't understand how other companies like FabFitFun or the Jilly Box seem to have all their ducks in a row with minimal disruptions, while Alltrue has especially struggled here. I've seen some speculation about them waiting until the customization window is closed to place orders for things, as well as some talk of items being drop shipped or using third-party vendors like AliExpress. I don't know what the answer is here, but I know that my fall box came 5 months later, definitely in winter. Once you make your customization choices on the Alltrue website, it's kind of difficult to actually go back and see what choices you made. If you're a subscriber, I recommend taking screenshots of your items just so you can refer back to them when your box actually arrives. It had been so long by the time I finally received my fall box, I was actually kind of surprised about some of the items that I chose. In my fall box, I got the vegan leather tote, which was an item that caused many of the delays. It's not something that I need, so it's currently for sale in my Poshmark closet. I also got the wool dryer balls, the eye masks, the layering necklaces, the candle, and the skin balm that everyone got. The candle, currently burning in the background. I like the vessel. The smell, kind of meh. And I'm wearing one of the layering necklaces right now. It's fine. I don't really love the other one, but this one looks cute as a layering piece. Initially, there were some other items in the fall box that I was excited about, but then realized that there were caveats. I liked the idea of the smart mug, especially because I always have some kind of beverage here on my desk. But I heard some mixed things about how it was working for folks, and I didn't want another kettle situation. I also liked the diffuser, but it used these little paper inserts, and when folks had a look at the website, it seemed like those weren't actually available to ship to Canada, so that seemed like a waste. Before I talk about the winter box, I should say that there were times throughout this process that I thought about asking for a refund. When it comes to annual subscription boxes, it can be difficult if you pay upfront in advance to get past the terms and conditions to be able to get a refund. There's been some talk on Reddit about some folks who have been able to get refunds for their Alltrue boxes, but they had to threaten to go to the Better Business Bureau and slog over email with customer service, and I just didn't want to do that. Instead, I decided to stick out my year and then cancel. Which brings us to winter 2021. So not gonna lie, since I hadn't even received my fall box by the time I had to make customizations for the winter box, it felt a little bit lackluster. The one thing I was excited about was being done. Customization for the winter box opened on November 29th. For this box, I chose the travel weekender bag, the slipper socks, the wallet, shower steamers, laundry and linen sprays, and the hand and foot creams. I initially wanted to choose some little tins of teas instead of the slipper socks, but then there was some fine print that said that the tea couldn't ship to Canada, no idea why, and then instead of letting you know that they couldn't ship it to you in Canada, that they just choose something else randomly for you. Nice. I was also going to choose a lovely beanie instead of a wallet, but after everything that happened with the fall box, I wasn't actually confident that I would receive this box before the end of winter, so I went with the wallet instead. The last shipping update on December 14th said that the boxes would be shipping beginning in mid-December and into early March. I'm not getting my hopes up at this point, so we'll see when it actually arrives. Once I'm done with my winter box, I'm going to be canceling my subscription. Since subscribing to Alltrue more than a year ago, I've been trying to be more conscious about what I purchase and how much I consume and how much stuff I buy. Some of the items I received over the last year have been lovely and super useful, while others not so much. I think I would have been better off saving my money and not purchasing an annual subscription because there were things that came in boxes that I likely wouldn't have purchased at all, or especially not at that time. For a company that is focused on being socially responsible, it seems that they're creating and sending a lot of stuff to folks. I think that the intentions for Causebox/Alltrue were good, but over time it's been challenging for them to sustain the mission that they set out for themselves. There's some really cool brands that have been included in these subscription boxes, and it's amazing for them to get exposure to thousands of people all over North America. But I am curious about the logistics, the greenwashing, and the social responsibility of other items that get included, especially from the Alltrue house brands. And I feel like this has been especially true since the rebrand from Causebox. I feel a lot of empathy for the customer support team and the social media team who have to deal with folks who might be frustrated, confused, or disheartened by choices that the company has made. But I also don't think that deleting comments, gaslighting, or ignoring the problem is the answer there. As a subscriber, it's tough to see the brand continue to sell, and offer different promotions when boxes for annual subscribers haven't been fulfilled. So many of the unboxings on YouTube from influencers are super fun to watch and see what's included in the box. But most of them get their boxes during the promotional period ahead of everything else that actual subscribers have to deal with, so they don't actually get the full experience. Whether you're thinking about signing up for Alltrue or you're a previous subscriber or you're just curious what the fuss was about, I hope this video was informative. I don't want to bash the company or the brands that are included, but I think it's really important for people to know what they're signing up for and what they're spending their money on. Have you ever gotten a subscription box that you truly loved, maybe from Causebox or Alltrue or another company? Let me know down in the comments. I don't think I'll be looking to subscribe to another box in the future, but maybe purchase them as one-offs in case there's an item that I'm really excited about. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a like, and if you're not already subscribed, now would be an awesome time to do so. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon.